Hey y'all, this is not cold cheese. I want to show you how easy it is to roast a chicken in the oven. I've got my oven set to 400 degrees. It's preheating over there. We're going to put some aromatics together, mash it in some butter, and do all the things. And then we're going to cook it in our Dutch oven. And I got tinfoil around the handles. I'll tell you about that in a minute. Okay, I went out in the flower bed where I've got rosemary and thyme, and this is a lemon thyme growing. And I've got some garlic, and I've got some onion, and I've got some salt. So here's what you're going to do. Here's what I do. You can do it if you want to. But I've got my rosemary, and what I like to do, I'll just pull some rosemary off of the stem like this. You don't have to be precious about it, y'all. We're going to chop it up. And I'll save that stem, and we'll stick that inside the old Yardbird. So I just take all my little rosemary leaves, and then I just chop them up, and this will help them mix better with that butter. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Nothing in life is perfect, is it? Absolutely not. That's a high bar. Okay, so rosemary chopped up. I've got some thyme, and this is lemon thyme. And if I've got a choice, I'm always going to grow lemon thyme. And I don't even take it off of the stems for this, y'all. I just chop it up. These are tender stems, and so they're just going to chop up real nice like. So that's how I do my thyme. Now, the other day when we were doing that spaghetti and meatballs thing, y'all, those were so good. My husband was very pleased. I told y'all how I mashed my garlic with some salt. If you take your garlic bulbs off of their little thingamajig, words are hard today, and I just put them in some water and let them soak. This helps the paper come off a lot easier. And I'm just going to chop off this little end. I chop off the other little end. You can do this and your fingers won't get sticky. And the paper just comes right off. No sticky fingers, no sticky widgets. And then I'm going to give this a rough chop. This doesn't look like it's coming off easy, but it did. Things on camera sometimes don't come across right. So anyway, I'm just going to give this a kind of a rough chopperoo over here. Watch your fingers. Tuck them in. You don't want to cut your fingers off. Not the right time of year for that, is it? And you can use the jar garlic if you like to. I just like to do it myself. Just makes me happy. I love to smell it. Oh, there's a big one. We missed that one. He don't want to get chopped up today, does he? Okay. So you get it kind of chopped like that. You can stop right there if you want to. But I'm going to show you what I do to mash it. So I'm going to get a little bit of salt out of here. Use your favorite salt. This is a Celtic. I like Celtic salt, and I like Redmond real salt. But I'm just going to use a little bit of salt. Now this helps it, and I'm not going to salt the skin because this is salty, and we're going to do, and my butter that I'm using has a touch of salt in it, and that'll be fine. So there we go. And then this is just a process, y'all. Pull your sleeve up, and you just mash. You got to put some welly in it. You got to mash on it. Mash and rub. And you can get it just as fine as you like it. Like this. You can make it on down to a paste if that's what you want to do. But I just think it helps kind of gets it pre-softened up. Okay, there we go. Look at that. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Okay, now let's see if my butter has softened enough here. Yeah, pretty good. Okay, now what I'm using now, since I can't have regular milk and I don't have any A2 heavy cream to make any butter, this is a vegan butter, and It's the closest thing I can find to real butter. And my husband actually uses this whenever he mashes it with his sorghum to put on his biscuits and toast. So don't tell him. He's eating healthy. He don't even know it. But anyway, y'all hold that for me. Get that out your way. Okay, so I'm just going to give this butter just a little bitty chopperoo. Did I bring my spatula over here? I didn't. I'll get it in a minute. So we're just going to take all of our herbs, just like this. And if you use the back side of your knife, sometimes it'll save it. But today we're just going to do it like that, because we can always sharpen that old knife again. So anyway, and I'm just going to get this all mixed up like this. There's so many things in the kitchen that are so much fun to do, homemade, I think, y'all. But if you don't want to do this, you can buy butter that already has herbs and stuff mixed into it. And you can just do whatever makes your little heart happy. I'll get the rest of this all mixed up, and I'll get my spatula, and I'll see you back here in just a second. Okay, this is looking really good to me. Now, at this point, you could take your butter, you know, if you're doing steaks or something like that. Let me put this in the sink. If you're doing steaks and stuff like that, you can roll this in a saran wrap and make it into a log, put it in the ice box, get it cold, and you can slice that and put it on top of your steaks. And it doesn't matter if it's not completely incorporated, it's going to be fine. Okay, that looks like it's going to be fine. Okay, Mr. Chicken, get yourself over here. Now let's deal with you. Okay, hang on a minute here. Get some fresh paper towels here, because I took him out of his package last night and let him defrost, and he is well defrosted. So I'm just going to dry him off really good. Okay, let me put this in the sink. Hang on, y'all, don't go nowhere. Okay, now you want to be sure and take out the innards inside here, because we're going to use this. We're going to make some giblet gravy. I've never made giblet gravy. My mom always made the best. I've never made it, but we're going to do it today, or we're going to do it before Thanksgiving, and we're going to do it without a recipe. You sit right there. Let me get another one here. Get you all dried off, because we want that butter to stick. I'm not going to tie his legs together, because this is not for presentation. This is just, I'm going to use this meat. We're going to see how many lives we can get out of this old yard bird right here, because I'm going to use the broth. First, I'm going to roast it. Then I'm going to take the meat off of the bones, and then I'm going to get probably the Instapot out and make some bone broth, and then we're going to use that in our cornbread dressing we're going to make. So there you go, Mr. Bird. Get rid of that. So let's just see if there's everything's out of it. Yeah, everything's pretty much out of it. Okay, so see if I can tell. Okay, here's where its head was. It walked around the earth like this, okay? So you want to take your fingers and just separate the skin from the meat here. I tell you what, this old gal here is not wanting to let it loose. See if I can do it without poking a hole in it. There we go. And you could spatchcock this if you wanted to and cook it flat on a cookie sheet that had a rim on it, because you don't want the juices to go everywhere. You want to save those. And I'm going to do it in my cast iron thingamajig here. Okay, so the butter is right here. So let me get it over here since my hands are already a mess. And I'm just going to take some of this butter, and I'm going to put it up in the cavity. This will help it stay moist. And just get that up there. And that was one whole stick of butter. And that's going to make the drippings just awesome. Absolutely. Get yourself up in there. Sometimes you just got to get your hands in the job, don't you? Get in there. Okay. Now we're just gonna, this bird is a little bit cold, so this butter is probably not gonna stick to it really good, but we're gonna give the old college try. I tell you what, let's just flip him over and do the back side first, because we're going to put him with his spine down and the breast side up. I didn't want to leave this chicken out of the icebox too long, because you know there's a thing called food safety and trying not to poison your family. That's a very important thing to do. Do not poison your family. No. All right, that looks like it's gonna have to do. It's gonna be fine. Let's just put some more on there, and I'll probably just lay this on top of this chicken whenever I put him in his final resting place. Okay, let's move this out of the way. And I tell you what, let me wash my hands so I can touch this. I'll be right back. Y'all don't go nowhere. Okay, let's make us some room here. Don't want to touch that butter again because my hands are clean. Let me scooch this around. Never enough room here, is there? Okay, so I've got my big Dutch oven. This is a large, and I like to put tinfoil on the handles, so if my hands are gooky, I can still do everything I need to do, and I can touch it, and then it will be clean, so I can put it in the oven. So I'm just going to take old Sally the Yardbird and put her in here. And we're going to take some more of this butter, and we're just going to put it on there. And that'll run down, and we're going to open her up here, and we're going to take the rest of some more of this butter. I may not use all of that. Just put it right in there. Got the rosemary that I washed, and the lemon thyme that I washed, and got some onions. I cut up my onions and celery last night. And let me wash my hands again and get a garlic clove. All right. Got a garlic cloves over here, and I'm just going to take a couple of them, and where's my knife? Right here, and I'm not even going to peel these. I'm just going to cut them in half. Get me another one, and leave them whole. I love these great big old bulbs. They make me happy. So we're going to put this in the cavity too, and you could put carrots, and you could put whatever you're wanting to do in there too. So it's your chicken, do your own thing. Okay, so here's what we're going to do in the old oven over there. Is preheated to 400 degrees. I'm going to put this pot in the oven uncovered for 20 minutes, and that's going to let everything the pan will get hot. If I put the lid on it now, it's going to take longer to cook because it's got to seep in there. So if I put it in there like this, then everything will get hot, and then I can put the lid on it if I want to. I'll look at it, and I may or may not, I don't know. But if it starts to get too dark, I can definitely put the lid on it then and let it cook until, I don't know if I'm going to cook it. I'm going to touch this with my, I got my handy dandy meat thermometer. It is done whenever it's an internal temperature of 165. And that's what this is going to tell me. So this is a 3.75 pound Yardbird. I don't know how much yours weighs. I don't know the temperature of yours when you put it in the oven. So you're just going to have to go get you a thermometer, y'all. So I'm going to take this and put it in the oven, and we'll get back together when it comes out. And I'll try to tell y'all kind of how long it took me so you can kind of gauge it for yourself. And you can put on some Christmas music. Do you know you can listen to Christmas music while you're making your Thanksgiving dinner, and the law will not come and get you? It's not a chargeable offense by anybody's rules, especially mine. And I'm the queen of my house, so my rules, my kitchen. See y'all when it's done. Well, I baked it at 400 for 20 minutes, and then I turned it down to about 350 and let it rock and roll. And I don't know if you can see in there, but there's some beautiful broth cooked out of it. We are going to save that goodness. Now, I'm not going for presentation on this because I'm going to deconstruct it and use every bit of this little chicken here in ways. But I'm going to let it sit here cool, and then I'm going to take it apart and I'm going to keep the dark meat separate because I'm going to use some of that in my giblet gravy. Do you call it giblet or do you call it giblet? We just call it giblet around here. Everybody's different. And then the breast, I'm going to shred with my blender and use it shredded in my chicken and dressing. So there we go. And I hope this was educational a little bit. It's not rocket surgery. It's not right. Anyway, easy peasy. Buy yourself a chicken. Stick it in the oven. And you can use this a myriad of ways. And your family will be so glad. But, so I'm going to take this apart when it gets cool because I'm not going to burn my fingers. So, I'll see y'all later and I'll see you directly. And if you want to share this video to your friends, I would be so appreciative. And if you haven't clicked the like and follow button, please do that. That'll be your little Thanksgiving gift to Kimmy here. So, I'll see y'all later. Bye. It occurred to me that you might want to know what I'm doing. So, I'm taking all the aromatics out and the garlic and all that. And I'm taking all the skin off and I've got it over here. I'm going to put this in my, when I get ready to do bone broth, I'm going to go ahead and put that skin in there too. And then I've got my legs over here and I got these wings I'm going to be working on. And this is the back. And I like to use a fork. There's its tailbone. Use a fork. You can just scrape all this meat off of here. Of course, you do want to go through it and make sure that you don't have any bones or any kind of undesirable stuff like that. So that's just what I thought I would show you what I was going to do. And you can shred this if you like it shredded. You can shred it with a fork, or you can get your mixer out and put the beaters on it, and you can put it in a bowl and blend it like you would frosting, and it will just come right off of there for you. So anyway, I thought I'd show you the follow-up. Let's see where the pulley bone is. See if we can get that pulley bone out of there. This was mine and my daddy's favorite part. So, let's see. All right, here you go, pulley bone. Okay, this is your side and this is my side. You know who's going to win? You won! Woohoo! Y'all are the best. Okay, I'm going to keep on keeping on. See y'all in the next video. Bye, y'all.